I'm sorry because my English is not so well. Because in my history is when the Civil War is we no high school in that time. Yeah, so 1997. Yeah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency Sir Yusuf Raza Gilani, Chairman of the Senate of Pakistan, former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Tan Sri Makoyos, President, Strategy Institute for Asia Pacific, President of World Digital Chamber, Datuk Sri Muhammad Iqbal Rauda, President of the Global Muslim Business Forum, Dr. V.L. El-Dasuki, Secretary General of the Sustainable Entrepreneurship Enterprise Development Organization, Excellencies Tan Sri, Datuk Sri, Datuk Tatin, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Today, I am delighted to appreciate in this important third Global Muslim Business Forum 2025. I would like to express my appreciation to KSI Institute and its partner for initiation the Global Muslim Business Forum, which is a rare platform in the Muslim world where business leader, policy maker, and academic come together to exchange information, experience, and share knowledge. I support the theme for this year gathering that empowering the future innovation, investment, and sustainable growth in the Muslim world. Muslim majority country in this world, although mostly developing countries, account for more than 25% of world population, making their purchasing power even greater, with halal product alone expected to reach over $3 trillion by 2028. The demography of the Muslim world, with a large young population, are driving changes in consumption, behavior, and new lifestyle, partly driven by modern digital technology requirement business and investor to invest, to innovate and diversify their product and services to meet consumer need and explore the full potential of the Islamic economy, including the halal industry, Islamic banking, finance, wakaf, and tourism, include Muslim tourism. Taking this special opportunity, I would like to share with this potential investment opportunity in Cambodia, which is a non-Muslim country, which over 93% Buddhist, over 5% Muslim, and 1% other religion, out of the total population of over 17 million. Cambodia is only country in the region that experienced a civil war for nearly 30 years and changes political regime 6 times until the end of 1998. Cambodia achieved full peace, however, remained in the cycle of poverty. Under the leadership of Samdech Akhet Mahasena Padai Techo Hun Sen, President of the Senate, former Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia, and 22 years before COVID-19 endemic, Cambodia achieved average economic growth of more than 7.5% a year. In post-COVID-19, under the leadership of Samdech Moha Bawor Chappadei Hunmanet, current Prime Minister, Cambodia's economy gradually recover with the economic growth rate of approximately 4.8% in 2025. The Cambodian currency real, compared the international currency, has remained stable for the last 30 years at the rate of 4,000 riel to 4,100 riel per $1. Cambodia continues to grow industry like garment, textile, and other key sectors. Agriculture remains the backbone of our economy, contribute about 16.7% of our GDP. Rice is our main export product. Every year, Cambodia produces nearly 15 million tons of paddy. About 6 million tons are needed for local consumption because we do not have enough modern rice mill machine. Cambodia sells more than 4 million tons of paddy to Vietnam. The last near 5 million tons still need investment in milling facility so that we can process the rice inside Cambodia and expect it as a higher value-added product. Besides rice production, other industrial crops include corn, bean, cassava, cashew, rubber, etc. And mature fruit crop for domestic consumption and export include bananas, mangoes, etc. Today, Cambodia is among the world's large product producer of raw cashew nut. In 2025, Cambodia's cashew nut production is over 1 million tons, but only 20% could be processed domestically due to a lack of processing equipment and infrastructure, forcing Cambodia to sell about 900,000 metric tons of raw cashew nut to Vietnam. Due to this shortage, Cambodia needs more investors to this sector. For automotive industry, many major global companies such as BYD, Hyundai, CHD, Dilhan Auto, GDV Motor, Kia, Isuzu, Ford, Toyota, and Sichuan Grand Royal Group have established car assembly plants in Cambodia for domestic market and export. This industry provides opportunity for investment in components and accessories. At the same time, Cambodia is expanding to scope of halal industry for food and consumption products to supply domestically and export. Cambodia has plenty to domestic raw material and still low labor costs, which is an opportunity to create a halal industrial zone. Cambodia offers a high value-added investment environment based on political stability, competitive costs, supportive investment policy, a young workforce, and a rapidly expanding digital and transport and logistic infrastructure, creating a strong path of long-term growth. The strategy reform that the government has been implementing simplifying regulation, improving connectivity, and enhancing transparency can give investors confidence. To strengthen connectivity, Cambodia has launched a new international airport, Daejeon International Airport, KTI, built on an area of 2,600 hectares, a 4F airport. Currently, there are direct flights from Muslim world to Cambodia through international airlines such as Malaysia Airlines, Qatar Airways, Emirates Airlines, Etihad Airways, and on 11 December, 3 more days, Turkish Airlines will operate direct flight from Istanbul to Phnom Penh. Recently, after the conflict along Cambodia-Thai border and the closure of the border, Cambodians have turned to support local-made products and have doubled their production. Cambodians now also consuming alternative products from Malaysia, Vietnam, China, Indonesia, and etc. The import products from Malaysia and Indonesia have doubled recently. This is an opportunity open to investors to produce goods and supply the local market and for export. Finally, on behalf of the Royal Government of the Kingdom of Cambodia, I would like to invite the delegation and investors from friendly countries present here to explore the potential the Cambodian has and consider investing in this dynamic market and hope for success, inshallah. Together, we can contribute to the growth of Cambodian economy, which is linked to growth and development of various economies, and can also provide opportunity and share the benefit to Cambodian Muslims. In conclude, I wish Your Excellency, Tan Sri, Datuk Sri, Datuk Datin, ladies and gentlemen, happiness, prosperity, and success in all your affairs. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.